So I'm tired of most people, right? You think I'm being negative, that's fine. And the stuff I see on Facebook and out in the world has got me really tired of people in general. Yeah, there's a lot of good folks out there, of course. And I gotta say, it's usually people that just want to leave other people alone. And that, you know, what we're seeing today, like with politics and what's going on in Israel, for example, I am absolutely, completely shocked at what I hope is just sheer ignorance, okay, about the state of Israel and how they've been there. Thousands of years, folks. Along with what they call themselves as Palestinians. If you look at history, it was called Palestine as an insult, okay, to the Israelis, okay? And they're being called colonists, Zionist colonists, colonizers, genocidalism. They've got a small little sliver of land. They've been attacked multiple times. I don't know what you idiots out there are talking about. They gave, after whooping the shit out of invaders, they still gave a very beautiful part to the Palestinians. But that's not good enough. It's because Hamas wants to wipe them off the face of the earth. But you all, some of you Yahtzees out there, I can't, you know, we live in a country. See, when I went to school in civics, we were taught you had freedom of speech. And to me, social media, if it's done in America, should have to obey the laws of free speech. But you can't even say Yahtzee with the N letter in front of it. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I used to be able to that they're an act. I actually spent time at Facebook jail for posting something factual. It was a few years ago. It was just the history of Hitler. It was an article. I got 30 days for that. I was like, what the hell am I in jail for? Facebook jail. But the absolute hatred towards the Jewish people. Is everybody perfect? No. But you know what? I think what they just want is to be left the fuck alone. A little small sliver to be left alone. But they won't be left alone. Okay? By Hamas and other terrorist groups. And you know what really bugs me? I've seen some Muslims that have come out in defense of Israelis. Those people are cool in my book. But I see these Americans over here who had grandpops, great-grandfathers who fought in WW2. All a big part of it for against a group who wished to completely destroy people of color, Jews. Oh yeah, they didn't like black people. They want to wipe you all out too. And other mongrels, the gypsies, wanted to wipe them all out. And we all were supposed to submit. And now I see you people, you 20-somethings, and you 30-somethings, embarrassing people, even my age, 40s, 50s, and 60s, 70s, coming against Zion. Okay, whatever, man. The thing is, these people, the Jews would leave, Israelis would leave everyone alone if they'd leave them alone. They came in, when they took over, Okay? When in 48, when they came in, the European Jews, okay, because there have always been Jews there, but the ones that had escaped and then went to Europe to live and Russia and other places, they come in, they come back, and they're allowed to have a state there. Every people should have its own place, especially when you're hated. But no, you'll all, some of you Yahtzees out there, which is what you are, you're Yahtzees. It's not good enough. When I've seen some of the man on the street, they're saying, you know, Palestine needs to have their home and da-da-da-da-da, and the guy said, well, what about the Israelis? And this college student just stands there and then grabs the mic, pushes the mic away, and the girl said, no, you can't touch, don't be touching my mic. And she just stood there and looked. And she didn't have anything to say. What she wanted to say was, I guarantee you, lock them all up and gas them. Because I think that's what these people think. They think that the Israelis are evil and genocide. I've got a guy on my Facebook who I've been friendly with, but I tell you what, I'm not done with his bullshit. He's all the time defending Scientology. He's all the time posting stuff from Joel Osteen, a charlatan, false prophet, if you will. He's in it. He's I'm not, you know, he didn't get his money. I defend that. He didn't get his money from the church. But everything he preaches about is prosperity. And I think prosperity is great. You should get wealthy. But that seems to be the bulk of his teachings or whatever. He does his little 30-minute program, all slicked up with his $5,000 suit or what the hell it is, looking like an extra on Beavis and Butthead. But this guy defends him and Scientology. Hey, there's some good. Everything has a little bit of good in it. Even Scientology, if you will, has some good tools. But it's ridiculous. Scientology is a cult. They believe the craziest stuff. You need to look it up. Xenu, who was in a volcano, and I mean, it's weird, man. They're weird, and they run their well, Mary, you'll have to watch it. What's wrong is I'm tired of people. Just tired of them. There's some good people I like, but in general, it's exhausting to constantly see in the world what's going on. Now they're talking about a new draft, and people are not screaming out what's going on in our country. I see people defending these maniacs that run the country. Then, like I just said earlier, I don't know if you saw it, I mean, it's like World War II all over again. People coming against the Jews, the Israelis, and their right to exist. I'm tired of stupidity, Mary. That's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of stupidity. And people, well, some people say, well, what makes you think you know what's right? Because I know what's right. Well, I'm a Christian. Let's just start with that. And it says that in the Bible that we're supposed to defend Israel, come to its aid. We may not know. Hey, here's the deal. In Israel, okay, you've got people trying to live, all right? And they're constantly being attacked. Surprise attacks. They got the world against them. And they're looked down upon. They're hated. Even here in America. It's supposed to be the land of the free. You know, here in America. And I'm tired of people. I'm tired of the stupidity. I'm tired of people thinking it's all right to tell people, if you've got a mask on, for example, if a person has a mask on and then telling me I got to wear a mask, I've almost died from COVID, all right? I had COVID pneumonia. But that's my choice, what I do. The thing was created in the lab. No one wants to talk about that. No one wants to talk about how Biden has a mask on. You can see it. There's a video of him. It looks like they call him He's got balls on his chin because the mask has slipped down. Everybody knows it. Look at Fetterman. He's another one. The guy looks different in every picture. I mean, like, completely different. People are so foolish, they'll buy into it. The Democrats will buy into it, man. They buy into it. And I'm just tired of it, man. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there are. You know, I agree with you, Mary. There are some good ones. But you know what's funny is, I agree. But you know, it's like this. When I say I'm tired of people, it's the vetting process, you know, of dealing with people. You got to vet them out. You got to figure out who's who and what's what. And it's exhausting for me because I guess it's because I'm a logic. You're old school. I got it. Yeah. Well, I read civics, and you know, I function on. I'm a high logic person. I may not be the most intelligent person, but I'm high logic. Logic it's a mathematical equation. You know, you take all emotion aside, and you take the facts as best you know them. If you don't know something, you shut your mouth and you look it up. That's the difference. Okay? That's the difference. Some people just function off of emotion, what they feel. And then they take information that's skewed and make judgments on that. And so how do you know what's real information? Look, it doesn't take a genius to know, for example, Israel, that you got people there that have a small spot of land. They just want to be left the fuck alone. They just want to be left alone, man. Just left alone. But the world won't leave them alone. And the Bible talks about it. People don't want to buy that. Oh, talk about the Bible like it's real. Yeah, it's real. It's apparently it's being fulfilled. Why do a people continually be attacked? They've been attacked for thousands of years by every single nation, it seems. And the only one that's come to really to their aid, well, the Europeans and America. Oh, well, you're feeding money to Israel. You don't even know geopolitically how important Israel is. It's the one spot of democracy in an absolute tyrannical hellhole. That's why I'm tired of people, man. I'm tired of illogic, and then people out here with this COVID stuff, they're going to try to bring that back again. And a lot of you fools, I still see fools out there with their masks on. They're not even masked. Those little paper things that catch nothing. If you wear an N95 mask, fine. Then why are you worried about me and everybody else? I mean, that's logic 101. If you've got your mask on, why are you worried about me? If you've got your vaccine, why are you worried about me getting a vaccine? And then you don't want to look at the unbelievable evidence that's even coming out from PhDs that the jab is a bioweapon. Look at who's fostering this thing. Bill Gates and all these other scumbags that we know are scum. But you all sit there and you all gonna be sheep. Most people are gonna sit there and tolerate it. I ain't wearing a fucking mask again. I won't. If I'm gonna go into a store, let them arrest me. Isn't it ridiculous? They got masks on outside because they're fucking stupid. Mary, they're stupid. That's why. That's why. That's why I'm tired of people, because I can't take stupidity. Okay? I'm not going to brag about my intelligence. I will brag about my logic. That's the only boast I've got, is Logic 101. Show me why I need to wear a mask to protect you, other people. Why? Why do I have to get a job? I thought it was, and those are the same people that say, my body, my choice. They're the ones that say you need to get jabbed, or you need to end up being locked down by force. They want to try to force us to get the jab. There's no freedom in this country. I tell you right now, I'm going to finish with this. You know what I'm looking at really hard? Living on a ship and traveling the world the next 3 years. I'm looking at it hard. I'm getting my passport together. This coming, well, probably, I'll be applying for it this week. It'll take a few weeks. I can work on the ship, do my business stuff, and I can get the fuck away from people. I'll just do my business, enjoy the ocean, visit some places, and I'll probably end up withdrawing my citizenship of this country. Unless we could really, you can't organize. The good people with sensible minds can't organize. They won't let you. As soon as you say anything they don't like, they block you on any media or way to be able to organize. We can't organize against this tyrannical government. They put Trump on trial for bullshit, and the stuff against Biden is so, I mean, it's on video. His quid pro quo, all of the records. And the man is not even him, it's someone else. The guy's got a mask on, whoever it is. These people are mad, they're crazy. You got these terrorists, the squad, that are allowed to continue to be in Congress. They should be booted for the things they say. But no, they won't. Well, thank you, Mary. At least you recognize or affirm that I'm maybe sane. Look, I just want to be left alone. I want people and leave people alone. And if we can help each other out on stuff, that's great. But some people, that's not good enough. No. They want you under their thumb. And if you don't conform to their way of thinking and their way of doing things, well, hang them. Ostracize them. Get rid of them. They call me the Yahtzee. They call me a fascist when they're the ones that are fascists. Like Antifa is the most fascist group there is outside of BLM. Well, along with BLM. And I'm not talking about empowering black people. Black people are great. I have no problem. Just people, man. But that group has been proven over and over and over again to be a terrorist group. And they do nothing for the black people. Just like Obama did nothing for the black people. And he's whiter than me as far as his upbringing. Multi-billionaire family. That's come out. Satoru, his stepdad, billionaire. He was groomed in Hawaii. He didn't have the black experience. Just his dad was black. So they carry that. He's first black president. He is not a black president. First of all, he's half black and half white, whatever the hell that means. But to have that race thing thrown out there it represents something. It doesn't represent anything. That's why I can't stand people, Mary, and whoever else is on here. It looks like just Mary right now. That's why I can't stand them. They don't want to. Judging people based upon the color of their skin, like it means something. No, so it should represent. We should be colorblind. I am. Now, if I see people who act a certain way, I don't care what color they are, white or black or whatever. Yellow or green. Oh, you have shit if you're green. If you act a certain way, I'm going to do accordingly. I'm going to avoid you if you're a nut job. Did I like Ronald Reagan? Yeah. Yeah, I did. You know what I knew politically about him? Yeah. He had been a Democrat, by the way. Just like Trump. Seems like he came to his senses and he seemed to govern as such, but he was still a part of the he's still kowtowed. Trump's the only one that didn't kowtow to the industrial military complex. Trying to think about what Reagan did militarily. I don't think he was pretty silent. He didn't do a lot of it other than he got our Marines out of Jordan. What was it, Jordan? It's been a long time. That's 1980, you know. You know, Yeah, I like Reagan. Trump's the only one that actually, of the presidents that I've seen, who actually, well, he's being attacked, so that tells you something on both sides. So that, you got to tell you something. And that there's just a small group, a very small group of senators and representatives who really are behind him. And I'm not saying that like, oh, he's superior. He's just a logical dude. He said, look, I took the job. I'm supposed to defend the Constitution and the people of the United States and represent that. We're supposed to keep our borders secure, and we're supposed to take care of our own business, and let's try to keep us from all killing each other. That's what Trump said. They wanted, whose side are you on? And that smug, stupid woman interviewing him. I forget what her name is. Doesn't matter. I've never seen her before. Who are you for, Ukraine or Russia? He said, I want us people to quit killing each other. He said, we need to talk. No, all my family was in the military. All my uncles, pretty much, my dad. No, I avoided it because I went straight to college, and my uncle came back from Vietnam a mess. One of my uncles, who was like a second father to me. It wasn't I was against it. I said, that's just not for me, man. You know, I was young, 18 years old. I went to college, straight out of high school. Your dad in the Navy, my dad was in the Army. The one I was just talking about, he was in the Army, and he was front lines. He came back messed up. He's messed up his whole life. He buried a lot of his friends. From Agent Orange, believe it or not, related deaths. And my uncle had, we didn't even know what it was called, his PTSD. He'd wake up screaming. I mean, he was literally front line. He killed a lot of people because he had to. He was a platoon sergeant carrying an M60. He had to kill them. You know, all the stories you hear, he came back home and people spat on him. All the hippies. That's why I hate hippies. I hate them. I hate them. I hate their movement. Shouldn't have been in Vietnam. Well, I don't know. I don't know historically enough. I know this. You had invading forces that were invading with an intent of turning the world into a communist dictatorship, if you will. And they started with their neighbors. They started it in North Korea, South Korea, right? Then they went into Vietnam, and these peaceful farmers were attacked by the Viet Cong, and all sponsored by the Chinese and supported financially. A defenseless people. I know where I'm from, you protect the defenseless people, just like in Israel. These people just want to be left the hell alone, but they won't be left alone. I mean, the thing is the world needs to stand up. Why has the United States had to carry the brunt of everything? Is that maybe because we are the military complex, we are the boogeyman? I think there's a lot of that. There's also maybe a fragment of decency. I don't know. I don't know all the answers. I know every war is paid for, not by good Jews, but by the Rothschilds. Okay? Yeah. And they paid both sides in WWT. They gave money to both sides. Loaned money to both sides. While good Jewish people just wanted to worship God, make money, take care of the family, they had to suffer. It's always the poor people that suffer. It's always the little ones. And then you have people who are of a religion. That's another thing I'm tired of. I'm a believer. I'm a follower of the way. We'll call me a Christian, whatever label you want to call it, but I'm that. I'm a Jesus person. But even in those who call themselves that, I'm absolutely ashamed of some of the stances of some of the people that are calling themselves Christians. But not as much as that. It's the ones I hate even more. Well, I hate them, but those I really hate are the anti-Christians. The anti-religion people are people that believe in faith. They say that you're logic. They're the ones that kill babies, they say, well, that's not a human being. See, they don't follow logic. They don't follow logic. You know, they scream out about some little fish that's in a creek, and they have to be protected, you know, or you know, protect the whales. I'm all for that. I don't believe whales should be slaughtered. They're just a magnificent beast. There's not many of them. They don't, you know, there's just not a point to that. But you get my point. They're the ones that are vegans, and they're angry about it, and they want to try to push us. PETA and other vegans want to push us their way. But they're the same ones say go ahead and kill babies up to birth, up to childbirth. No, that's why I'm tired of people. So like I said, I'm looking really hard. The wheels are turning about traveling the country for this year coming up, getting my passport. Probably have it by January-ish, and I'm already looking into looking it up, traveling the world. There's a 3-year cruise. You got all these other countries. You can stay on the boat if you want and just be a traveler, make my money on the boat. I could be the ship chiropractor if I want, or just do my business, the real estate business, all kinds of online stuff, room and board included, as little as $25,000 a year. How can you beat that? It can be more than that. I mean, that's probably, you can probably always upgrade, you know. Start with the $25,000 deal, you know, then upgrade. No, it's, I want to see the world, and I want to try to avoid people as much as I can, except for those that I vet really well. And of course, I love people, certain ones most, but in general, it's exhausting. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine today, and I appreciate that. I'm always going to be happy. I'm just tired of things, man. See, that's the thing. I don't think you know me, Mary, but I'm a stoic. I look at things logically and reasonably, and that's what I post these things. Not that I need to vent to people. I do it for the purpose of. I do these things not because I need the therapy. It's to say to people, hey, these are my thoughts, man. That's what Facebook is to me. It's a place you express what your beliefs are and what your feelings are, or whatever, for whatever purpose as such. And my purposes are founded upon, I judge everything based upon logic as best I know, based upon the knowledge that I have at that time. And I try to establish what is logical, reasonable, and right as best I can. I'm learning to shut my mouth until I know different, you know. But what I'm seeing going on in this world, I mean, people come against the Jews. I mean, it's like I'm right back to 1930s. I've been transported, and there's a bunch of Yahtzees running around and SS troops. The hatred against a good people that just want to be left alone, even here in America. That's why I'm fucking done with people, man. In general. That's why I have to narrow my bandwidth down to what I need to do. You know, take care of my family, take care of me, enjoy what life. I'm 61 years old. I know I'm a handsome devil. I look younger. 61. I got a good 10, 20 years, as long as a stroke or heart attack or death didn't come upon me, cancer, of really pretty vital enjoyment if I really take care of myself. And I'm working on that too. Because I like being alive. But I don't like having to deal with being around people that they're talking about bringing the draft back. I don't know if that's true or not. I think it's been talked about. The draft? You think I'm going to tell my kids to go in the military? Or get drafted? I'm going to tell them, run, rabbit, run. Fighting again. We don't need no war. Why can't people just live in fucking peace? You know what? We had Trump in power. Didn't have this bullshit going. He was a negotiator. And he always negotiated straight face to face with these evil people. Everybody, oh, there he is. He's talking to Kim Jong-un. Was he not supposed to go talk to him to try to keep the maniac from launching bombs into South Korea and everywhere else? Then he's talking to Chinese prime minister. Yeah. And he's talking to Putin. Yeah. That's what you do, dummy. You try to negotiate and you try to come to some type of conclusion where you have détente, right? It doesn't escalate. Because he says, I just don't want to see people die. These leftist liberals are real war hawks, and these rhino, we call them neoconservatives. They are war hawks, and they love the industrial military complex. The deeper you get into looking at things, 9/11, that was an inside deal. If you don't believe it, don't. Everything I've seen, like sniff test. How the hell mega structures are not taken down by a couple of aluminum aircraft, commercial aircraft, and then another building just falls over, wasn't hit by anything. Building 7. And these guys are supposedly trained in America. You know, these weren't even lifetime pilots, and you could fly one into the Pentagon. You know how low the Pentagon is? That'd take a pinpoint accuracy, because the angle, it would be unbelievable. And there's no wreckage there. No, it's because they're hit by a rocket. Some of you folks believe everything. I'm a golfer and people hate. It's called LIV. It stands for 54. LIV. It's a league. It's sponsored by the Saudis. Oh, the Saudis, they're the ones that caused 9/11. Blood money, blah blah. George Bush and the military-industrial complex and all those power brokers did that thing. They didn't care about killing thousands of us Americans. They wanted a war. And who did they attack first? They went after Iraq. Iraq? I thought it was bin Laden, but apparently the guys flying the jets were Saudis, apparently. I don't know, man. All I know is JFK was killed 1 year after I died, or I was born, 63. And they still won't unlock the real records. I see him getting shot in the front of the head. You see his head go back. You got people saying he got shot by a sniper from a library, alone with bolt action gun from a library. Give me a fucking break. You can see that people coming out and they all disappear, they die, you know, and say, hey, we saw something, somebody in the grass here. And then they had the magic bullet that turned and then was found in pristine condition inside the car. Kennedy's brains on the back of the limousine, convertible, and being said that he was shot from the back. But you all just sit here and take your shit. Yeah, it's all, and it's one thing after another, Mary, that's the whole thing. It's one thing after another. It's not just that. It's everything in America. And I'm not talking about Americans. I'm talking about the politicians. How can they be worth tens of millions of dollars on what, to me, when I was a chiropractor, wasn't even, that would have been a shitty year. I made $300,000 plus a year when I was practicing, and I wasn't doing great. That's my fault. And they're worth millions and millions, and they can do insider trading and get away with stuff, and they get book deals and all this shit, and nobody reads it. Payoff. Payola. That's why I don't like people. People don't question. They don't march on this Just like our founding fathers said, man, you need to be. That's why you got that Second Amendment. And you got the Democrats saying we need to gun control. Well, yeah, they want gun control. They don't want us boot them out. Yeah, they are the criminals. But I do know because I follow the money trail. You don't have to be there and know everything, see everything. You just know. If there's not a lot of pushback on politicians, look at Epstein Island. Everybody's on board. Trump is indicted 4 times and blah, blah, blah. He was twice impeached. Well, why don't we get some information about Epstein Island? Why? Because all the politicians, most of them went. And they diddled and fiddled with little girls and little boys there, and they still do. How about the millions of kids that come across the border just disappear? They just disappear. They're being sold into sex trafficking and worse. Ritual sacrifice, I'm sure. I don't doubt anything anymore. You guys are going to think I'm Alex Jones. I should be so honored. Because where there's smoke, there's fire. There's smoke, there's fire. Well, I'll probably get banned, Mary. Whoever else is watching this, I'll probably get banned. You may not see me. I'll probably get banned. Hell, they might just kick me off for this video. Yeah. You should. If I get tossed, you don't see me posting anymore. I'm on TikTok, very little. No, they put me in Facebook jail over 300 days since January of 2020. For a lot of them, just memes that I shared, or an opinion. 300 plus days. Oh, yeah. Did I show my body naked? No. Did I say that you need to kill someone or something like that? No, I never said anything like that. I wouldn't say that. There's certain people I wouldn't cry about if they were gone. George Soros, and wouldn't bother me a bit. Bill Gates, these genocidal maniacs is what they are. But I don't say all that, but I got 300 plus days, and then I'll say your account's you've got a restriction. Your account's in jeopardy. I get notes like that. Yeah, life is short, Mary. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm talking right now. This is a wake-up call to folks if they want to see this, but most people are working right now. I'm self-employed, so I gotta go. I'm here at Walmart. I gotta do something, then get something to eat, and I'm done for the day. Oh yeah, Gates is the worst of the worst. Fauci he and his crew almost killed me. You know, they did that gain of function testing on that bioweapon. I spent 2 months in the hospital, 3 weeks in a coma, lost 63 pounds. Family's told I was going to die. I don't know if you knew that, Mary. All right, I'm going to get going. Y'all take care and use logic, folks. Use your sniffer. If something smells bad, it is. Don't eat it. All right? Gotta go. Bye.